It's
I wanna
because
watch the
I
sequel
didn't
to
know
that
what to
movie.
name a cat, so I just named it COVID-19, and I found another cat which looks similar to that one, so I'm gonna name it COVID-20.
Ah, yes, all the COVIDs.
Tim, no.
Actually, COVID-19 is the only one. I know.
Well,
I did research
I
because I'm
just
like, where were the other 18? And Tommy's like, I don't know. So I searched it up. And there's
Big
only
brain.
19. Why didn't you just call it COVID-20 or COVID-1? What the frick?
Because COVID-19 hasn't
Why on
evolved
an
yet.
odd number? The kids with OCD cannot handle that.
18's an even number. What do you mean?
19?
True to me.
Oh, 9. Oh, fuck.
I think it's called
Be-
COVID.
Fuck.
COVID-18.
Okay.
Oh
Hey,
man, I hate this
shut the- shut up,
COVID-18.
shut up.
Prequel.
The sequel.
Okay. What's the first topic that you guys want to start off on?
You losing your V-Bucks card.
Oh yes, tell the juicy story.
Shit. Okay. So, okay.
Uh,
I know the topic's gonna be that, but what do you guys want to know?
Everything.
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 Let's
First
start
interaction
with the
and
basic
final
questions.
interaction.
Let's
That
start
was
with the
the
basic questions. What was his name?
all of us right now. Write that down. Write that down.
Oh, excuse me.
No. We can't say names. No. That's illegal.
But he said his.
Private. Okay. It's
His
private.
way.
We can't say
What
names
was his
'cause
name
it's
to me?
private.
What was his name?
You know, he was tall and I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
Nathan?
No, not Nathan. His fucking small
Don't
ass.
go there. Oh no.
Oh no.
Slendy Man?
Oh no.
Nathan
Man
can
is-
cosplay as Slenderman. I can see that.
Oh my god.
But okay.
Or Siren Head.
No. No. We
What do you
don't.
mean
What's wrong
no?
with
Did
Siren
it
Head?
take your, like, I don't know, did it kidnap you one day and then you just somehow escaped him?
We're going off topic. Timmy, just start. Tell us. Tell us everything.
Alright.
Where it happened, when it happened, how old were you?
Oh my god.
How? So, this was a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Just start being okay.
Jar Jar Binks?
Okay.
So do you guys know where like the art room's at next to Mr. Heineman?
Oh,
Of course I know where the fucking
nasty.
art. Of course I know where the art room is. I had that class.
Well, I'm sorry, Ramon, but I
Stupid.
can't.
Bro, I'm in that class with him. You ask two people if they know who go there, if they know where it is.
But yeah, so it was after school, okay? We were just doing art because I
Of
went
course,
to
when else?
go with a friend. And
Oh, friend.
but now not anymore because
Sure.
they left.
Reasons.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Just like my dad.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So mind you, the
Continue
teacher
on.
left to go talk with some teachers.
What a nasty teacher.
And she was gone for at least a good 30 minutes.
So you got the horny on?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
At least you're honest.
So, what normally casuals do, I didn't make the first move. Because what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm not up to
Just
that.
be- I'm an epic Twitch streamer. What do you do? See,
yeah, that
Timmy
gets
there.
all
I
of them.
got you.
That gets them
I
the hook,
got
huh?
you.
So yeah, so
Hurry up. Continue on.
yeah, so she made the first move, and from that, we just started out making out, and
Disgusting.
Some vile creatures, bro.
I
honestly.
thought you were a good Christian boy, Timmy.
What makes you think? What makes you think out of all these year? What makes you think I'm a good Christian boy?
You literally said it.
Everything.
I don't
Stop
beat my
sinning.
meat because I'm a good.
I don't beat mommy because I'm a good Christian boy.
But you lied.
Mm.
And now
Honestly,
you're gonna
I've never
go
felt so betrayed.
kill him.
wait,
Fire.
wait, whoa. That escalated.
Alright, continue on.
So while we were making out, I made the second move because I'm the guy. I have to make the move.
No, just leave it up all to her. It's fine. Just let her do everything.
No,
Okay, continue.
No.
I'm the alpha male.
I swear he was about to
Sure.
call you a nonce.
Tommy's the true non.
Shut
Okay,
the
then.
fuck up.
Tommy is. Tommy is.
Oh, that's funny. All right. ¿Qué más? ¿Qué pasó?
Okay, so I started from the breast, you know, just getting the feel, and then
Just trying to find out what you're working with.
and then I
This
worked
is
my
very
way
useful
down.
research.
Yes, you're very welcome. And then I would just worked my way down to the lower area, you know.
As one does.
Yes. Very much. And
That is a fact. As one does that.
Exactly.
Thank Christ.
Wait, so you did this all inside the classroom?
yes.
Oh my god.
What is this? A scene from PH?
Yeah, I know.
This sounds very familiar.
Are you sure you're just not?
Dude, it just had cameras up and stuff.
Yo, where can I find this video?
No, but
Wait.
wait, no, Manny, no, please.
For scientific purposes only. Damn.
Okay, we got
I posted on my Pornhub channel.
Oh my
Timothy X19.
It is.
I bet Tim is the person that comments on
POV.
porn videos.
One of my names is like really retarded. I fucking forgot because I don't go on the website, nor do I sign into it.
Bro, Pornhub comments are fucking hilarious as fuck.
Have you seen the Master Oogway one?
Yeah.
no.
But yeah,
Yeah, she was.
that's one of the top. We're starting off on the good one. Oh,
Yeah.
not even the good one. The second one, Tommy.
So I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I
Tommy
didn't.
kind of got a bit of the horny when he heard that.
Well, we're moving on to the second topic of this podcast.
Wait, so all
Okay.
you did was just touch the down area and that's it?
No,
There was no
Okay, so
penetration?
let me just finish it up. You know, after a while, after I got done down there, you know, I just put it on the table and then like did it.
What a Chad.
Timmy be banging in the art room, y'all. This is an important fact.
No, near the art room. Get your facts right, Tommy.
The fuck up. I don't care. Same thing. I've never been over there. The fuck up.
He did it in a computer class.
The fuck up. Same thing.
Oh, you fucked the motherboard.
No wonder he got too broken.
Tim, hold on.
Tommy
That
got
had
too broken
nothing to do with
motherboard.
what we were talking about, Tim. What the fuck have you been doing?
Nothing.
Is
What
that
have
why
you
it took
Don't
you
worry
so
about
long
it.
to
I
get on
have
the podcast?
been doing nothing.
Tim,
It's
I'm a
gotten
little
really
worried.
chaotic.
Your hentai addiction has gone too far.
It has step over the boundaries of the gods.
It hasn't gone
Did it
far
feel
enough.
good though?
If he's still
Wait,
here.
Tim, you both were just friends, right? Like,
Yeah. Just experimenting.
wouldn't it be weird after that? You know,
Well,
It could
we-
be the friends
we
with
talked it-
benefits type thing.
we talked it over after that and be like, okay, let's just act like that didn't happen, you know? and just act,
Okay.
and just act normal after that.
Why didn't you get into a relationship with her after you banged her?
Okay, at the time,
I'm just asking.
horny overdrived me.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know
All
what?
right,
I've
we
been
have
there,
to
so.
neuter Tim now.
Yep.
Oh no!
Ah, fuck.
Honestly, it seems like the only viable option.
All
It
right.
is.
Good job, Tim. I don't know what else to say. Just good
Yeah,
job.
very
You convinced
Yay.
all of us to neuter you.
What a
Good job.
bro, what a homie.
No, I don't want to be neutered.
Not again.
Guys, can we get some poggers in the chat?
Still did that.
All right.
Can we get some poggers in the chat for what Timmy did?
Next thing. Next topic.
Oh my. What was the next topic again?
Yeah,
Anime.
no. The second topic was Tommy.
Tommy doesn't have any.
Yeah, I didn't write. There's nothing there. There's no fanfic.
Exactly.
It
Alright,
does
so
exist.
anime. You guys go first since you have more experience with anime.
All right. I'm gonna start off with a controversial, somewhat opinion, and y'all can bounce off of that. Okay. So
Alright.
there are a number of trash anime, including but not limited to Dragon Ball, Naruto,
Hey.
Fairy Tail, and then there were two others which I've forgotten. But those three are trash.
I have an unpopular opinion. I liked Sao.
Fuck you.
I like the first half of SAO.
Okay,
Yeah, I liked.
the
I
first
liked
half was
the.
good.
Okay,
The
I
first
didn't
half
like
was
the
trash as
GGO.
well.
Suck your ass.
The
What you
GGO
guys
was not.
talking
The
about?
whole first season was so bad, I actually cannot believe it.
I don't remember what happened in the second season.
What anime are you
Okay,
guys
I never
talking
watched the
about?
second season because I would not subject myself to that. But the first season, it started off incredibly poorly paced. They did what should be a long and building character development and character relations in the span of like 3 episodes. They made fucking what's her name, like Asuna or whatever.
Yeah, awesome.
They made her go from this like cool recluse badass to like fucking the most stereotypical housewife in like 3 episodes. They fucking
Yeah, that's very true.
Kirito does nothing wrong apparently, which is
I
the
don't
exact
know what's
opposite of
going
interesting
on. I'm just vibing.
character building. And then we transition from this shitty fucking season into Incest Land for the second season,
Wait,
which
what?
was
The second half of the
incredibly
first
uncomfortable.
season,
Yeah.
actually, Tommy.
Yeah, I don't
There
know.
was a scene where like in the fairy one where his sister was they didn't know each other, but his sister's character model was busty as fuck.
As
His
well.
sister was incredibly horny for him.
Bro, they showed us a shower scene with her, bro. What the frick you talking about?
Wait a minute,
And
I missed that
What
one.
is
outside of the-
this?
Outside
What
of
is
the
this anime called?
This is still in the second half.
Okay.
I'm
but,
asking for a friend.
This anime is called Sword Art Online. And
Control Alt
honestly,
Delete
only the
this
first
anime,
half is
please.
good because everything else just becomes the horny.
I think when it comes to isekais, this is the bottom of the barrel.
It is.
Oh,
Most
one
Yeah.
of my favorite isekais is Shield Hero.
Shield Hero. I like Konosuba better.
Oh my god.
Konosuba, bro, hella
on.
funny, bro.
Wait,
Tommy,
no,
if
hold
you
on.
want to see like a really good comedic anime, Konosuba
Yeah.
all the way.
Konosuba. It takes
Another
all the
good one
tropes
is
and
ReZero.
flips them on their head.
No,
I've
It's
heard a
awesome.
lot
okay,
about
Shield
ReZero.
Hero. What's your rating out of it?
I like the anime a lot.
Pass.
I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10.
I give it a 9
There's
out of
things
10.
they could do better.
I'll give it a
I mean,
7.
you're just a man of culture, Tim.
It was entertaining, but at some points there was like a low, and I was just like, okay, this is kind of boring. When is it gonna pick up again?
Because
Okay.
first, I liked how they didn't like give the main character like what's it called? Shield or something?
Okay, just
Wait, what?
Yeah.
just kind of showed him as the weakest character out of all of them.
Yeah, no, I mean like everybody else didn't like him, and it was infuriating to the person who was watching.
Can I just
because
say,
we're like, yo, what the frick? Tommy hasn't watched past the first episode, so you have no say.
yeah, I only watched the first episode. I can still give my opinion on the first episode. Maybe
Yes,
not
go
on
ahead. Go ahead.
but I thought the way that they handled like the opinions of the other characters concerning him was a little ham-fisted. Perhaps they address it later why they hated him so much for God knows what reason, but they certainly didn't present it well in the first episode, and it just felt awkward and weird and unnatural.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I do. I really agree with that.
The first episode was a lot.
Yeah.
But what I like about the anime that, like, as you go further on, it explains a lot more.
Yeah. There's some good development in the characters. I would give it that. But I don't know. I don't particularly like the villains, I guess you could say.
No,
I don't
the
know.
villains
They're meh.
could be improved on.
Yeah,
Most
100%.
definitely. The princess, she can stay how she is. She don't need no development.
She's just
already
a
villain
dickwad.
enough.
Yeah, she's already a fucking bitch.
And she just stays that way.
Whoa. That's some strong language you use.
No, that becomes
Not
her name
sinning.
later. We all know her as that, right?
Huh?
The princess. We all know her as that.
Oh, yeah, the bitch.
The bitch. Yeah, pretty much.
Stop sinning, Tim.
Already
Respect the
sinning
commandment.
enough.
We all fucking know that, Tim.
Yeah.
Stop sinning. Stop that right now.
Alright, favorite waifus.
Waifu. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna
We're off
go into
Talia,
this
sorry.
territory.
Mhm.
Do they have to be
I
above
can't
18?
believe it.
Yes.
What do you mean, Tommy? What do you mean by that?
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
He said, do they have to be above 18?
Yes.
Favorite
okay,
I have no
they can be
say
around
in
your
this.
age.
Alright,
they can
favorite
be around your
waifu
age.
slash female characters. There you go.
Okay. Fudge. Like, I feel like anyone who picks Rem as a waifu is like they're like playing it safe, like too safe.
Borderline, kinda lolly. Kinda.
Rem? I guess. Wait, I don't know. What's
We're
Rem's
talking about
age?
ReZero, right?
Yeah. I thought like Rem
I
was
know
like
what
about
you
the same
guys are
age.
talking about.
The twins.
No, like Rem is like the same age as feck, what's his face? Subaru.
If I had to say my favorite waifu, it would have to be Lieutenant Hawkeye.
Oh my god. Yes. You are a man of culture.
That sounds like a man.
Bro,
What anime is this person?
Riza Hawkeye is one of the best fucking written characters in all of fiction. Full Metal
Wow.
Alchemist Brotherhood, I could go on
okay.
so many fucking raves about that show. Oh my
same.
god.
Oh my god, Fullmetal Alchemist
I need to
Brotherhood
watch
was
it.
the fucking
Ha ha
cake.
ha! I know.
Finally,
I know
A
what they're
man of
talking
culture.
about.
Brotherhood.
I need
We-
to
Tommy.
watch.
Full Metal just.
I
Just
understand
Full Metal, the first one was.
where you come
eh.
from with freaking Full Metal Alchemist. It's a good anime. Heck, one of the best animes ever.
Yeah. Because first
Like
it had-
borderline, no one could say that. Everything was done good. But Tommy get too horny with it.
It is so good. It is incredibly well written. I genuinely believe it is one of the best pieces of fiction I've ever seen. By far my favorite.
the philosophy.
I feel like
the history of the
I feel
Philosopher's
like-
this
Stone, how
guy.
the homunculi was made, the character
Yeah.
development.
The characters are fantastic, and the way they handle like the pacing and sort of the tone of the show, it can go from funny to serious to sad, incredibly skillfully and well. Like the
Too
episode with
scary.
fucking Shao Tucker and like the Chimera.
Oh,
that
the-
fucking was
Jeez, that was heart wrenching.
and
Fucking crybaby.
shut
No,
the fuck
shut
up.
up. Shut up before I make you into
Fight me, fight me,
before I
fight me,
make
fight
your
me.
ass into a
Pussy,
salad.
pussy, pussies. You smell like doo doo.
Shut
The
the
best.
fuck up.
Okay, if I had to say the best character development from that show was Greed.
Okay. Yes. Again, man of culture. Greedling was my favorite character. I've watched entire shows just because of the voice actor, because I loved his voice actor and I loved his character so incredibly much. That was
I think
just
he
Fucking
oh
got
my
the
simp.
horny.
I think you got the horny, the
I
bad case
simped
of the
for
horny.
Greed.
At
I'm
least
just
you're
saying.
honest.
I'm just
Waluigi,
saying, bro.
remember that?
Oh.
I'm over here just vibing.
I think
I-
we should recommend shows to Ramon, so he's not
I
like
have a
Yeah, right now
lot
he's
necessarily left
just on
out.
backed
Dragon
up.
Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball.
I have a lot saved in my queue.
Very epic.
I'd say the next good one would probably be My Hero Academia, considering what you like.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good anime.
that's very true.
I don't think it's the best anime. It's definitely not my favorite,
But it's
I think,
enjoyable, or
Yeah, I
like
think-
entertaining at least.
yeah, considering what I think Ramon would enjoy, I think that would be a good one.
Yeah, man.
My personal
Who's
recommendation will
Academia?
always be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Most definitely, yes.
I'm about to blow up this band.
So, how many of y'all have seen Attack on Titan?
I have.
I've
I've seen bits and
watched-
pieces.
I watched
It
the
is
full
good.
first season.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the next season.
Me too. That was. I feel like they did that incredibly well, as well. I don't know where I was going with that, but good show. Another one y'all should
Recommend it.
Have you guys?
These are just basically recommendations.
Yeah.
watch. Yes.
Okay, back on topic. So what's favorite? Have you guys seen Doctor Stone?
Yeah, bro.
No.
Honestly, intellectuals anime only. You know how people say you're intellectual if you watch Rick and Morty? If you watch Rick and Dr. Stone,
Is this a
you're
different
intellectual
level?
yourself.
It's so good because of science and biology and shit.
Bro, honestly, Tommy would like the show.
Favorite?
I don't know.
Okay, have you guys like seen Doctor Stone?
I have
I've seen the fucking
I
like
have.
200
I've seen
ads
all
for
of it, and I've also read the manga.
Same.
Okay, favorite waifu from that anime.
God damn it. When I thought about anime for the topic, I didn't think we were gonna go into like.
That's
Waifus.
exactly what we were going to go into. Do you know what the first topic was, Ramon? How did you
Waifu.
not see this coming?
Yeah, the first topic.
Continue.
Penis.
Oh my god. This is why I quit the Multimedia Idiots podcast. Y'all can't control yourself.
Alright, for each and one of you, what's your most favorite anime that you
What
would
about on
recommend
one
me?
of the stripes? Can I write your
You
name?
already
I can't
know,
say
man.
anything because I only watched so far.
Ah.
But anyway, it would be SpongeBob SquarePants.
You little jerk.
I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Okay.
Tommy, go first.
Square.
Mine is definitely Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'd say I have like 3 top tier animes, and that's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood at the top, and then Cowboy Bebop, and then
Alright, I'm back.
Attack on Titan. Those are my top 3.
Freaking.
I still need to see Cowboy Bebop, but I hear great things about it, so
It's
I'm gonna
really
be-
good.
I'm excited to hear it.
It's only
Or see it,
26
what the freak.
episodes. It has really good character development, good filler. It's mostly filler, but the filler is done well, and the like storyline episodes are also really good.
You know, one of them that I heard was really good was Gintama. Another anime that people have recommended to me.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
It's kind of an old one. But like, apparently it's like really comedic, and then it gets serious after a certain point with the real problem.
Yeah.
Penis.
Wasn't
The
one
fuck?
of your, wasn't one of your topics like you said it in the group chat, the supernatural talk?
Yes.
Yeah. Do we want to move on to that one, or
If you guys
You
like-
guys can move on to it, bro. I got nothing with it.
All right.
Alright, last thing is Tommy's opinion is wrong and don't listen to it. Alright, so let's continue on.
Oh my god.
So what do you? Because what do you want to like talk about in that category?
Everything. We're gonna go into everything. Or what me and Tommy did in Tommy's podcast.
I honestly don't remember anything I said in that
I
podcast.
remember most of it.
Okay. How about you, Star? What was your opinion, and what were you what were you?
So the way we structured is I think we first talked about ghosts and then aliens and then everything else that revolves in the supernatural.
Okay.
And I think both. No, I think Tommy. Fuck, what did we say? I think both of us are like in the middle with ghosts because we're like, it could be, but like once there's like true evidence that
Hmm.
they're fucking ghosts, and
I'm-
yeah,
I might have said that back then, but these days I don't believe that ghosts exist. Try to be open-minded. If I were presented with evidence that they do exist, I'd
Yeah.
try and accept that. But at the moment, I find the evidence is unlikely, so I just don't believe
Yeah.
that they exist.
and then I don't
Aliens,
remember anything about aliens. I don't remember what we talked about with aliens.
I'd probably say, in my opinion, I'd probably say that I think aliens could exist. It's likely that they might exist in some form in some place.
Yeah.
I agree on that because I see it like there's other humans like us, not like fucking big green head dumbasses with big eyes.
Other humans, maybe not, but in my opinion, there's probably other life forms in the universe. But the chance that we'll ever meet them, or that they'll ever meet us, or that they look anything like us, or that we could ever communicate, or even that they're sentient, is pretty low. Like, I just think that it's likely that there is other organisms in the universe.
Yeah, it's either like
All right,
there's
so
one
now
or there is, and they're just. Because here's the
they're
thing
just
about it.
vibing.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna go with there is, because I feel like most likely the universe is too big for just us to be alive in it, a single planet.
the universe
It
is
just don't add up.
Like your sister.
Yeah.
Let's not.
And
let's
you
not-
naughty
It always
boy.
comes back to this, no matter
Yo,
the
what's
level.
with the
Naughty
shade?
boy.
You
Stop
nothing,
saying
nothing.
it.
Why you tease me like that?
teasing me.
Because here's what I think about it. It's either there is a species that is much more intelligent
Advanced.
than us, that is far beyond what we can even think of, or there isn't. If there is, then they're probably gonna wait for us to get to what their level is, or what like the levels to for them to show themselves. Because there's some people like right now the pandemic of the coronavirus. There's some people that believe that this virus isn't real. And
Yeah.
No,
They
those we call
fucking-
idiots.
yeah, to think that they're, to think that,
Yeah.
Are they dumb?
Dude, there's people like protesting in Yakima and stuff. Just like
Are those all the people that go to McDonald's? Is that what you're telling me?
Essential
probably.
workers.
because what
Just
do you
bad.
like? I don't believe like some people would be ready to actually like see aliens, another species that is far greater than us.
I don't think
Well,
aliens
yeah.
would have the self-control. If they have any form of sentience or sapience, they are going to do exactly what humans have did when they discovered other
Enslave us.
Well,
creatures
yeah,
like us.
I agree
They're
with
going to
that.
colonialize. They're going to try and engage in trade. And when that doesn't work, they're going to try and enslave us, or they're going to try and fight us, or they're going to try and convert us.
Yeah.
And,
But we
uh,
all know that the aliens are in Area 51. We
Oh.
all know.
So that means we enslaved them first.
Ah, big brain.
I mean, like, if the aliens are real and they're hella like, if it's either one of the two options, like, either they fight us, they try to fight us, or they try to make a trade. Because do you guys know the
Or we
Bermuda
make
Triangle?
universal peace, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah, what about
yeah,
the Bermuda Triangle?
triangle that sucks things up.
Yeah, like
We
up to
talked about it.
379 disappearance of ships and planes have never been found again. No traces.
let's be fair, that's pretty common when you're traversing the ocean because ships and planes are not very safe when you're going those long of distances.
It might be just
Especially in the past.
coincidental, but like it just
Yeah.
happens. Yeah, that
Let's
there's like
not
a lot of
forget
missing.
that half of those fucking reports took place in the fucking Cold War.
Okay, that's
Do you,
true.
do you want to know what was heavily employed in the Cold War?
Bomb.
Military submarines.
Ah, yes.
False
People were
reports and
fucking
stuff.
fighting.
Makes sense.
And so I don't know. It could be a magical alien land place, but I find it more likely that ships crash sometimes, and so do planes.
And it just
Space
happened to
crabs.
be in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Alright.
more believable and logical.
Let's go back to the ghost thing, because I want to hear you guys' opinion on your beliefs on the spooky ghosts that hunt you every day.
Ghost, I'm unsure until I see it.
Hmm.
I see it or witness it.
Yeah.
Or wait, frick. Or like I have somebody I trust that's experienced it. Otherwise than that, I won't. I'm not gonna like knock it saying it's not real, but not highly possible.
I again, if somebody presented me with the evidence, I'd accept it. But I feel safe saying that they don't exist because of the lack of evidence and the evidence against it that I've been presented with.
Yeah,
Alright, Carlos?
Or
Never
Tim,
mind.
go.
You go, Timmy.
I think ghosts are somewhat real. Like what Manny said, I have to have experience to believe if they're real, like God.
What you mean? God is real. Have you not read the Bible?
Yeah, I thought you were a good
Stupid.
Christian boy.
Yeah, but I never actually met the fucking person, nor have I experienced with the person. So I'm not gonna believe. I am gonna believe in him, but also I'm not gonna believe in him. But same with
Makes
ghosts.
sense.
Same with ghosts. If I haven't experienced it or even encounter it, then no, I'm not gonna believe it.
Spooky, spooky. Alright, Carlos, you go. What's your opinion on the spooky ghost?
I'm open to the idea that ghosts can exist. Um, I don't know necessarily. Like, I don't know if I want to believe it or not. I mean, I don't know. I just think I'm just open to the idea that sure that could happen. I guess. I don't know.
Alright, so we're all basically on the same page. If we have either we experience it or someone is all like, oh, look at this. Then we're all like, alright, I guess
Like,
they're real.
yeah.
But I also
Like
want to
unless
talk about the fucking tools Ghost Hunter use, because those are just complete fucking bullshit. They're just dumb. It's all like, here's this fucking box that scans through radio thingy-mabobbers and creates words. Every time I
like,
see that, I'm all
hold
like,
up.
it's just a bunch of different radio stations. You hear one radio station say fucking this, and then the other one says that, and then it magically make a word.
Yeah, and most of the people who do that, they edit out like all the hours where they hear nothing. And then it's like
Basically,
1 minute where they hear these one words and they're like, "Oh my god, it's the
it's
ghost."
like an hour of just them sitting in the dark room, and then all they hear is oh, and they're like, oh shit, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
I think those shows are fun, but shouldn't be taken seriously and are not evidence that ghosts exist.
Yeah.
All right,
Um.
going back. This is also close to the supernatural shit. What's your guys' opinion on the cryptid monsters like Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster, and Mothman? What's your thoughts
The
on those
people
fuckers?
I don't think they exist. Mostly because like if they did, I'm sure as hell we'd like have concrete evidence that they do exist. But other than that, yeah, I just don't really believe it.
A lot of them are just fucking bullshit. So like there was a fucking flying Mothman. I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
It's like, hold up, you're fucking high.
Yeah.
I think Bigfoot's real because there was a monkey, because Bigfoot looks like a big ass monkey. You know? He's all fur and monkeys are like fur.
He's also supposed to live in one of the most urbanized places in the goddamn country.
Florida.
And yet,
What place?
the only fucking evidence we have for him is one
There's a
blurry
picture.
He's supposed
Yeah.
to be this giant humanoid who's intelligent, who is capable of stealth, who can fucking do all this shit, living in one of the most urbanized states in the entire country, and all we have is a single photo. There is no way Bigfoot exists. He does
Who
not.
knows? Maybe he's your
Vibing in his
neighbor
cave.
named Rick.
Okay, here's the thing. I think Bigfoot used to exist because 100,000 years ago there was a monkey that was 10 feet fucking tall, and it looked like Bigfoot. It was
I'm
big.
assuming,
Okay,
yeah, there's a
the
possibility.
Megalopithecus exists, but that wasn't Bigfoot. That was the Megalopithecus.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I'm saying. Like Bigfoot cannot like it must have been like a monkey, but like that's who knows? It just that's what they brought up the name. Like, oh, it's Bigfoot. We'll just go with that.
I think
For me
people.
with Bigfoot,
Yeah.
oh,
Go
for me
ahead.
with
Go.
Bigfoot, for me with Bigfoot, I have my own little theory because I'm bored, and I said this in the podcast to Tommy. I'm all like, I think if we're following the human evolution theory, we were fucking monkeys at one point.
Yeah.
Then I'm all like, maybe it was like Bigfoot's like a thing in the middle, where it was like half human, half fucking monkey, and I think that's what Bigfoot is. And somehow they fucking grew like 20 feet tall, cause science.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the way that it would exist, but that doesn't really prove its existence, nor is it exactly.
Well, it's all
likely.
just a theory, a game theory. Thanks very much. Alright, so Carlos, go.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I mean, I think sure there could be a possibility because there's some regions in the world that we like never discovered, and I guess like, but I think mostly just people like to invent things, and like just say, oh, I found Bigfoot and stuff, and I don't know. I think just people, yeah, they just like to make up things.
Some of the most famous cryptids are just people's eyes being stupid, or people creating myths because they were too lazy to come up with the real reason why things are happening. Like, what's a good example?
Greek gods. It's like
Yeah.
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 I can't believe people believed in that stuff though, because like it like wouldn't we see all that wacky stuff nowadays if it was real, right?
Well, back then you couldn't information
prove
didn't
anything,
travel. Information didn't travel as well back then.
As of now,
So-
yeah.
It was perfectly believable that you could say, okay,
This thing exists.
this thing happens because there's no way I could have seen it or that anybody else could have seen it, because nobody is like, what's the chances that happened at your small village and the small area you've been to around your village, like the 2 miles outside your village you've been? And I mean, that was the best answer they had to those questions, and they just wanted to answer those questions. It's like, why does the river flood and kill all of our people? Well, it's because that there's an
Poseidon
angry
was
god.
mad.
Yeah, it's because there was an angry god. And so then they worship that god to say, please stop destroying our cities and our villages.
You
And
dickwad.
sometimes they saw results, and humans are programmed to recognize patterns, so we decided to associate things, our city's not getting flooded, with the god. And that's how religion developed.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So we've been talking about like mainly animals, but what do you guys think about the ocean? like extinct animals or like creatures.
Like
The
Because I
ocean
think some do
low key is
exist,
scary.
Very scary.
right? 'Cause
Subnautica.
It's just
The-
the fact that we don't know anything about the ocean. Because
And
for
we
all
know
we
more
know,
about our
fucking
moon.
shirtless Waluigi is probably like 2 billion feet under in the ocean, like fucking vibing with like fish.
And fucking vibing with Cthulhu.
Exactly.
Tommy
Yeah,
worship him more so that they could both come up.
Oh my god. I think that out of any cryptids, ones that come from the deep sea, not fucking the Loch Ness monster or whatever, that comes from a tiny ass lake that we've completely explored already, but ones that come from the deep sea
the
are the
Mariana
most likely.
Trench.
Yeah.
Are the most likely to exist because
'Cause
like there are wild things down there. There's fucking giant squid are real things. And that just scratches the surface of the scary shit that's down there that we don't even know.
I mean, Megalodon was real.
And some people believe it is still real. I don't.
I love
because
I
that
don't
movie.
either.
That like there's
That's
less
incredibly
oxygen
detectable.
in the air than now.
Yeah, but it was real. And there could be new things that are real, that are scary, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
similar
people try to
things.
compare the megalodon with like alligators and crocodiles because they were alive for so long. The
Yeah.
thing is with them, they had like a reliable source of food that whole time.
Yeah, and they were able to adapt.
Exactly.
While the other animals in the ocean that relied on the animals on top literally got wiped out by a meteor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Here's an interesting question connecting to that, if y'all have said everything concerning that you're thinking of.
Nope.
Okay.
No, just say it. Yeah.
Then what's your guys' opinion on Atlantis? Do you think it exists or it doesn't exist?
Adelant. I
mm,
I
I
don't.
believe it that an underwater civilization could exist because of flooding, but I don't think anybody's alive in it.
it's in the Bermuda
I
Triangle.
feel like
That's
yeah,
why
I
it's
agree
sank.
with that. I think there's a possibility that like there could be like a ruined city underwater. Like or just yeah, that just sank for some unknown reason.
Yeah. I think
The thing
it,
is,
I think it used no not used, but I think it there could be a chance like it could be buried or
It's
buried
possible.
and be underwater land.
I think that most likely that there has been cities that have been flooded and completely washed away by water. And in fact, archaeologists are actively looking for places like that they could consider Atlantis. But our only account of Atlantis existing was from a Greek philosopher named Plato.
Yeah, Plato.
And Plato very specifically liked to make
Play-Doh.
points concerning human hubris because that was a popular idea back in ancient Greece. And part of in the story of Atlantis, it said that it sank because of the hubris of its leaders. So I think it's more likely, rather than Atlantis being a real place that sank, it was just a story device for Plato to use. And he did use it. But it never was actually real. That's
Then
my
again, we
opinion.
aren't know what really happens down there in the ocean.
Yeah. All we,
That's true.
all we
All
could do is
because the water
explore
pressure is
and-
too thick.
Yeah. All we could just do
Let's
is,
just drain the water. Stupid.
just drain
Oh
it
my
down to
lord.
the center of the earth.
Sweep the ocean or send SpongeBob to do it. Like literally, our experts.
Just get the fucking sponges.
Like in
Minecraft type
Minecraft.
beat. I like it. Again, Tim
And
is the
then
man
boom,
of
we solved
culture.
it.
Just evaporate the water. Bring the sun closer.
No, no. I don't want
What do you
that.
mean no?
I don't want to die.
Good. No, Tim. It must be done. All right. Sacrifices must be.
Like in the Maze Runner when like the sun exploded and it's just fucking desert.
The
just
sun.
do
I didn't
that.
know that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that
that's
happened.
how the virus started. Stupid.
That's what you think.
No, they said it in the book. Stupid.
Did
No,
you read
Dr.
the
Stone told me
prequel?
that some probably an alien race did it.
If the sun exploded, then why is the Earth still
Well, we would all be
Not
dead, though.
most of it. Not most of it. From the Maze Runner lore thing, only like a part of it
there?
exploded.
But the shockwave would have pushed the Earth out of its.
Don't
No,
question it,
bro,
Tim. It's a book.
It's a fucking book. It's a book about kids stuck in a
Don't
fucking
question it.
maze.
Don't question it.
Alright.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about like
Fucking the ocean.
Yeah, the fucking ocean.
The spooky ocean.
Spooky.
Do you think the Earth will get submerged in water soon?
It can.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
probably.
We
Like
just
The what?
build higher. Stupid.
no, dude. It like this. It like the skyscrapers would be like dominoes being pushed over by the waves and the water rising.
It's fine.
It's not.
It's
We
fine.
can just build an underwater civilization. It's fine. Don't worry. about
Until
We solved it.
a new underwater apex predator emerges and decides to kill all of us.
it. We are the apex predator.
Where the
Probably.
fuck-
Until
We
our
will
world
never-
gets sunk.
We will never not be the. It doesn't matter. Have you seen submarines? Do you think the apex predator is gonna survive a fucking missile?
Yeah,
Oh my
Maybe.
god.
Cthulhu.
Oh my god. If the apex predator is Cthulhu, yeah, we're pretty fucked. But I think we're fucked whether the world gets submerged or not. If it's fucking.
No, we're
Cthulhu.
messed up if only the stories are true. What if Cthulhu is just really a small squid
Oh my
that
god.
looks that has like kind of human-like, but just a midget?
Then it wouldn't be Cthulhu.
How
Go
would
to
you
bed.
know?
Oh, that's its name, Tommy, huh?
Because
Oh my
maybe some
God.
child saw the squid, and because
He
with
wrote it
children they
down
see
in
It was so
thing-
weird.
diary.
You're like,
things.
Cthulhu.
Y'alls, I swear.
Pretty sure we're racist because the Asians would have eat it.
Oh my god.
That's what you said.
And
not
that's the end
me.
of the podcast. We ended off with racism.
Alright, I think that is that it for the podcast.
I think
See,
so. That's all the
I have to
topics.
Guess
do
so,
something
yeah.
in 10 minutes, so yeah.
Next one, I need to come up with more topics.
I can
I
help
thought
you
that
with
was good. We went really in depth with each topic, which I thought was good.
That's true, yeah. The
And I
topics were
literally
good.
said nothing during the anime one, so that was pretty epic.
As it should be.
Manny, do you have a
Shut the fuck
channel?
up, Ramon.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
He had
Me?
a channel.
I did
Rest in
mobile
peace, the
Commander.
commando. Rest in peace, the commander.
They're all deleted by now.
Sadness.
Alright.
What I do with TMI videos, I will say Manny's channel and put error not found.
Why don't you rickroll them?
That's a great idea.
Oh shit.
I'm going to
That's a
trademark
good
that
idea.
idea.
Why did you have to mention that on the podcast?
Yeah,
There's
Timmy, cut
something
this out.
called editing.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright,
Tune in next podcast when we
Yeah.
talk about how much
there-
porn
your
Timmy
guys'
watches in a week.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Wait.
He agreed on it.
Wait.
That's the next topic.
Wait. Okay, sure. I mean, maybe. Alright, your guys' link will be in the description. Make sure to go subscribe to them and subscribe here. Make sure to leave a like and
No, don't subscribe to him. Don't.
Honestly, you can kind of pass with mine. There's not much there.
okay. Also, Ramon, I'm editing.
You know, don't even link Ramon's. He said don't do it, so don't.
He's a bush, so I could just link him to a salad place.
Honestly, you know, you should just link it to an image of a bush.
That's funny. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching today's video. Yeah.
You're welcome.
And you guys should play Journey to the Savage Land.
Yeah. PP.
Huh?